Hello, there is no place like home, and right now I am home. I'm in Switzerland, and it's kind of cold here. Anyway, I promised you a few cool videos. Promised you one of the videos I promised you is different kind of settings with different kind of cameras, and one of the camera I brought today is the A7R. I bought this camera a couple of months back, and I would like to show you in this tutorial on how I set up the camera the way I use it. So I would like to show you first of all raw image file format setting. This is a permanent setting I usually use. The second one I usually do is aperture priority. Third one is ISO as low as I can. And the fourth one is bracketing mode. So bracketing mode is enabling you to create later HDR images. So it's going to take at least 3 pictures, an underexposed, a normal exposed, and an overexposed one, and later on use the software to put all those 3 images together and create one picture, so-called HDR image. It's a high dynamic range. All right. Let me show you the camera itself. All right, so here we go. I have my A7R ready, and I want to show you the settings. I'm gonna put my GoPro right here, and here's my camera. Here we go. Here we go. Let me turn it on. So yeah, it's perfectly visible right now. Okay, so what you see now is my camera is right now in M mode, hoppla, manual mode. It's at a shutter speed of 20 seconds and an f-stop of 4, and the ISO value 4000 right here. Usually to take landscape photography, I don't use that setting. So there are a few settings I change. I did do some store photography the other night, and this is why I put the camera into M mode and get the lowest f-stop as I can and increase ISO as much as I can. But anyway, I don't want to show you this, so I want to show you on how I usually shoot my pictures for landscapes. All right, so the first thing I do up here, there's a wheel. And I'm going to change that wheel. I'm going to change it from M to A. This is aperture priority mode. What this does, you get to choose the f-stop, and the camera automatically calculates the shutter speed. So I'm going to click OK here. And as you can see, now I have 125th of a second, and I'm still running the camera in f4. So if I'm going to increase my f-stop by turning the wheel in front, you can see that the shutter speed is going to go down. This is because we're going to close the light, so we're going to leave less light in the lens, through the lens, and therefore it needs a higher shutter speed. Why I do that? It's because I want to choose the f-stop above 7.1, so I know everything is actually perfectly sharp. All right, so A mode is the first setting. The second setting is the ISO. I don't want to, because I'm on a tripod, I usually shoot in tripod like 99%, actually 95% of all the cases I'm on a tripod. Therefore, I don't need an ISO for 1000, so I'm going to reduce the noise while turning this wheel down. And as you can see here, the lowest ISO value you can pick is 50. So I'm going to hit OK. Now I am at 50 ISO. Of course, the shutter speed is going to increase as well, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be on a tripod anyway, so it doesn't matter to me really. Okay, so we had aperture priority mode, we had ISO, I showed you the f-stop, and last but not least is bracketing. So bracketing is the function that enables the camera to take 3 shots, an overexposed one, an underexposed, and a normal exposed. And later on, you got to go back, or I got to go back and create out of those 3 pictures. I'm gonna create one. I'm gonna hit FN, which stands for function. And up here, you already can see that I already have bracketing enabled. So it's BRK stands for bracketing, C is continuous, and I have 2, 0.0, and 3. So 2 is like -2, 0, +2, and the 3, I just mentioned it, so it's 3 shots I'm going to take. To me, I don't see any benefits in taking more than 3 shots. To me, it's perfectly okay if I'm going to take 3 shots and get to Photomatics. This is the software I use. Go to Photomatics and later on put them together. So I'm going to click on here. You see that I have multiple options here, like different kind of exposure values, and I'll leave it at 2. 2 exposure values is perfectly fine. All right, now last but not least, that's the file image format. This is a permanent setting, so that I usually never change, and therefore I'm going to hit the menu here, and I'm going to get into camera settings. And as you can see, the quality on the first page, or in the first pane, the first section, there's quality, and it's already set to RAW. So if I'm going to hit OK here, you can see that I have multiple options. I choose RAW because there's just a lot of things you can do with RAW. RAW image file format enables it to post-process your images almost with no boundaries. I use Lightroom for that, so you just have a lot of more options available if you choose RAW. I think I mentioned that before. If you don't have a RAW viewer, and if you go if you travel and go for a vacation and stuff like that, maybe you should choose RAW and JPEG. Just to sort out the pictures. That's an easier way, because you don't want to sometimes bring a whole computer with you, so you can just browse through your pictures and then sort them out. But I never do that, so I usually stick with RAW. As you can see, I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna hit menu again, and actually now I am ready to take some landscapes. The landscapes you see usually in my other videos, or the photos on all the social medias. All right, have fun. Now those settings were used for the upcoming pictures. Enjoy.